Welcome back. Today we are diving into one of the most wild and absolutely crucial stories from the Mahabharata, the burning of the Khandava forest. Seriously, this one has it all: divine intervention, impossible battles, and a victory that is going to change everything for our heroes.
I know, it sounds like the setup for a really weird joke, right? But I promise you, the answer involves legendary weapons, a full-on brawl with the king of the gods, and the fate of an entire kingdom. This is where our incredible story really kicks into high gear. So our story really gets going when the hero Arjuna returns to his kingdom of Indraprastha. He's been in exile for years, had all these crazy adventures, and now he's back with a new wife, the Princess Subhadra. But his homecoming? Well, it's not exactly the simple, happy celebration you might be picturing.
And this is where we get some real, very human drama. Arjuna's first wife, Draupadi, is not happy. Not at all. She sees Subhadra as a threat, and she's terrified that this new marriage is going to weaken her own bond with Arjuna, who has always been her favorite. But Arjuna and Subhadra, they've got a plan, and it's a brilliant one. To smooth things over, Subhadra approaches Draupadi, but not as a princess. No, she's dressed in simple red silk, like a cowherd girl. She bows down and just says, "I am your servant." And this single act of humility, which also happens to remind Draupadi of their shared love for Krishna, it just melts away all the jealousy. Instantly, they go from rivals to the closest of friends. Okay, so with peace finally restored in the palace, it seems like things are calming down, but fate has other ideas. Our story is about to take a sharp turn into the divine. Picture this. One hot day, Arjuna and his best friend Krishna are just chilling by the river. Their quiet afternoon is about to get interrupted in the most dramatic way you can imagine. All of a sudden, this figure just emerges from the forest, and the description is incredible. He has a complexion like molten gold, bright yellow hair, and he's shining so intensely he looks like the morning sun. He is literally blazing. Right away, Krishna and Arjuna know this is no ordinary guy.
And yep, the Brahmin reveals his true identity. He is Agni, the god of fire. Now, for anyone who might not know, Agni is a huge deal. He's the one who takes all the offerings from sacrifices and delivers them to the other gods. He's like the divine postal service. But today, he's not here to deliver a message. He's here because he is starving.
Agni explains that he's got a very particular problem. He's basically suffering from a case of divine indigestion after eating way too much sacrificial butter at a recent ceremony. And the only cure, told to him by the creator god Brahma himself, is to eat all the medicinal herbs in the massive Khandava forest. But there's a huge catch. The Khandava forest is under the personal protection of Indra, the king of the gods. Turns out, Indra's buddy, a great Naga king, lives there. So every single time Agni has tried to set the forest on fire, Indra just opens up the heavens and puts it out with a massive downpour. Agni needs some serious backup to take on a god. Arjuna agrees to help, but he's no fool. He knows what he's up against. He tells Agni, "Listen, I've got some powerful weapons, but to go up against Indra, I'm going to need a serious upgrade." And lucky for him, Agni knows just the guy to call. And Agni does not disappoint. He immediately goes into a deep meditation and summons Varuna, the god of the oceans, who just so happens to have an arsenal of celestial weapons lying around. At Agni's request, Varuna makes some of the most legendary items in the entire cosmos just appear right there on the riverbank. And the gifts are just mind-blowing. Arjuna gets the Gandiva, a flawless, man-sized bow that shines like a rainbow, plus 2 quivers that can never run out of arrows. He gets a golden chariot pulled by horses that move as fast as you can think, with a banner of Hanuman that roars with power. And Krishna, you can't forget Krishna, he gets the Komodaki, a mace that can literally crush demons. Okay, now they're ready for a celestial war. So, with their brand new arsenal, Arjuna and Krishna give Agni the signal. The fire god roars to life, surrounding the forest and starts to burn. And just as expected, Indra shows up to stop him, and what happens next is one of the most incredible duels in the entire epic. It is on. Just look at this incredible back and forth. Indra sends down rain in columns as thick as tree trunks, but Arjuna just fires so many arrows, he creates a literal roof over the entire forest, blocking every last drop. Indra unleashes thunderbolts in a storm of boulders, but Arjuna counters with a divine wind weapon that just clears the sky. At one point, Indra rips off the peak of a mountain and throws it at them, and Arjuna shatters it into 1,000 pieces before it even gets close. It's absolutely insane. Just as the battle is reaching its absolute peak, a voice booms from the heavens and stops everything. It's Brahma, the creator, telling Indra to stand down. He reveals that this was all fated to happen. No one, not even the king of the gods, can beat Arjuna and Krishna when they fight together, because they are the ancient sages Nara and Narayana reborn, the perfect combination of human and divine, destined for greatness. So, with the battle over, the aftermath of this whole divine showdown starts to unfold. And from the ashes of that massive forest, the seeds of the Pandavas' future glory are about to be planted. And the sheer scale of this fire is just staggering. For 15 straight days, Agni blazes, consuming the entire forest and everything in it until there is absolutely nothing left but ash. The fire god is finally cured, and he is very, very happy. But not everything was destroyed. One single being, an Ashura architect named Maya, comes rushing out of the flames and begs Arjuna to save him. And Arjuna, being true to his code of honor, spares his life. And this one act of mercy is going to have some huge consequences down the line. Now let's talk about the loot. The rewards for this are amazing. Indra, totally impressed by Arjuna's skill, promises to give him the rest of his divine weapons in the future. Krishna asks only that his friendship with Arjuna will last forever. And Agni gives them both the power to travel anywhere in the entire universe, just by thinking about it. Not a bad day's work. And what about Maya, the architect Arjuna saved? He is so incredibly grateful that he insists on repaying the debt. At Krishna's suggestion, Maya agrees to use his unbelievable skills to build an assembly hall for the Pandavas, a palace so magical and full of illusions that nothing like it exists anywhere else on Earth. So, let's recap. They've proven they can stand up to the gods. They've secured a promise of legendary weapons, and now they're about to get a celestial palace that will be the envy of the entire world. It really seems like the Pandavas are invincible, right? But as we all know from epic stories, the greatest victories often set the stage for the greatest tragedies. Hey, if you enjoyed this epic story from the Mahabharata, you know what to do. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more explainers on the greatest tales ever told. Thanks so much for joining us.